See? Took literally no time at all, you guys. And look, stream looks so much better. Oh, I'm filling up the whole screen. Life is good. Ooh, Miguel invited me to a party. I love parties. Okay, stream on. Pretty sure, yeah, the stream is on and it looks a lot better. Alright, there we go. English cast is on. English caster is on. Hey, that's second correct too. Alright, first map is gonna be Parasite. Wait, I thought Light was a Protoss. Right? Wait. No, Light's Protoss. Wait. I remember, wait. Mandela effect? Hello? I remember Light just doing so many cheesy Protoss. Oh. Yeah, he's Protoss. Okay, no, he just he has to change his race. Can I have a link to English cast? Sure. It's this marvelous website right over here. Let me go ahead, copy and pastel that thing. Oh, Miguel beat me to it. Oh, that's the private thing. Whoops. It's okay. It's whatever. Thank you to all of our viewers who are tuning on. And Pro Series is gonna go on uninterrupted here. Uzikoti is ready. Light is ready. Light, you play Terran? Let's hope he makes a mistake. I want to see some Protoss shenanigans. Ah, you see? I got him. You're welcome. Thy est welcome. Cause hey, EU server, right? You're welcome, Light. God, I was like, no, my man. My one base glaive disruptor all in against Zerg boy. But anyways, it's gonna be business as usual. Who's got his high swag? You're late. Yeah, thanks Uzikoti. He drank too much for Christmas. No, I didn't drink too much for. Oh, eggnog wise, yeah. If you guys saw the Sonic Aftermath in-house cup, dude, they made us do. I did shots of eggnog, just in the Christmas spirit, you know. And some crazy guy donated like $40 total. No, even more than that. He donated. Yeah. No, $40 total. And he did like even more than that too. And I had to end up doing like 30 shots of eggnog or something. It was my first exposure to eggnog, and it was just completely ruined by this guy, I swear. But you know what? That's okay. That's his life. I'm still kind of a fan of eggnog. It's not the worst thing ever. Alright, but let's go ahead. Right now, we're not talking about my escapades with eggnog. Right now, we're talking about my casting of the craft. Spawning in the bottom right-hand position of Parasite. Representing Alpha X, it is our very own Uzikoti. And his opponent spawning in the top left-hand position of Parasite, also representing Alpha X with that awesome new sick logo made on such a short notice by our awesome developers. Give it up for the cheesy cheese toss himself. It is Light. I know, needs a much better nickname than the cheesy cheese toss, but it's pretty accurate, I would say. Not sure what that was all about. I think he was thinking he wanted to all in. Or maybe he was just kind of autopiloting. I know sometimes I do it. Every Protoss there is guilty of being like, oh, I guess I gotta get my second gas now. Wait, Schnitzel, it's a Terran. Gosh darn it. Or, yeah. Because PvP is so common in today's meta, right? Alright, let's go ahead and see what our friend Proby the Probe is up to. He's gonna go ahead and scout that there's no barracks over here. So he's like, okay, probably a proxy, though. Sometimes Terrans will do this thing where... Is there music on? No. There we go. Terrans will sometimes do this thing where they put the barracks right here to try and trick the Protoss out, and it really does work sometimes, so... Light not gonna go ahead and scout for that option. But I do like that he's still scouting in the main base, scouting for that factory. And actually no, he doesn't have to even scout for the factory in the main because he already knows that it exists over here. Just gonna go ahead and delay that for a bit. A probe can't beat an SCV if it's not micro correctly. Oh, actually, the SCV's gonna get pulled off. It's not gonna die, but there definitely is a delay that the Terran definitely would not like to have happened. It's gonna be a reactor, so it's not gonna be a Cyclone build. That would have been interesting to see the new Cyclone and lock on. Guys, if I can be a little critical for just a second here, my god, the new Cyclone. I'm not sure how I feel about it, I just know that I don't feel 100% Amazonizing about it. Zealot gonna go and delay the factory for literally ever. I think this build can't really go on, you know? Good luck, Proby. But on the other side of the map, meanwhile, yeah, now that an adept is out, you can't kite that bad boy. So, Reaper had its glory days, like, literally, like, Reaper just, like, graduated college and is now thinking back on all the high school days when he can kill probes and zealots. Now he's just kind of working like a dead-end scouting job, no real upward mobility. Oh. I guess there is some element of upward mobility, I guess. But still, he doesn't like it all too much. Gets shot at by stuff. Poor Reaper, man. Poor Reaper. A story I hear all too often, you know? Anyways, this is getting increasingly bad. It's going to be mass Reapers, which I actually do have to face off against sometimes on ladder. It's become popular for God knows what reason. When facing off against it, you just gotta know, you gotta stand and fight the Reapers. Don't try and kite them. You gotta stand and fight. Dodge those KDA charges and you'll be A-okay. Trust me. Oh, no, it's gotta, no, 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 Lightbite, you're targeting. He targeted the most healthiest Reaper like 5 times in a row. I don't know why he did that, but he did it, so it's gonna be the choices you have to live with. But, however, I still think that Uzikoti is kind of in a bad position here. His factory never finished on up. He's making some... He had 2 factories in production there in the production tab, which I think was fake news. Not quite sure what happened there. But, yeah, there's not really going to be too much for Uzikoti to defend. He doesn't have his units out. Meanwhile, Protoss, you know, he's hitting that around 4-ish minute mark. Warp Gate is finishing. He can start warping in across the map, being aggressive. He's got his gates down, and Terran has just struggled to get their production up. Just now, it's actually going on. And it's going to be a proxy double factory with a starport. So this is heavily all in. However, Uzikoti is probably going to have his economy really stifled for the large majority of this game. One thing I don't agree with, Stalker's moving out. You know there's Reapers out on the map. You know there's 2 Reapers out on the map, so... Not very happy about that, but the Mortal should be able to shoot anything away. Adepts will probably kill all these SCVs and then some. Like, yeah, it is not going to be very pretty. As long as he keeps 1 adept on the supply depot, he still has free reign in the net, in the main. There he goes. Doesn't even matter, didn't even try to lift it. And yeah, it looks like the Uzikoti is going to have to end the game with a handful of, actually more than a healthy handful of Marines. That's like 1 full shot of Marines. That's a lot of Marines, you guys. Gonna end it with these Marines, maybe this tank, maybe, I don't know, he can get something done. It's definitely not impossible, but with this Immortal popping on out, it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. Now, don't get me wrong, this has to be microed correctly. Protoss can't just F2A his units into this and expect to break this, but he has Immortals, he has Adepts. I would absolutely love to see Adepts shading onto these Marines, a War Prism for these Immortals, picking them up, putting these behind on the siege tanks, and then that would just be fantastic. Up, he's going for the, can't half commit to these engages, losing all of his shields there, is light. So this is still definitely a breakable position. There he goes, he's readying his position. The Viking has to shoo away that War Prism. It's probably going to do just that, unfortunately. And is the shade going to finish? I think it is. Yeah, it's going to try to friendly fire down on that siege tank, and it's going to work. It's gonna work. The Marines fighting their mortars, a perfect engagement. The Adepts still trying to fight the siege tanks. This is absolutely exactly what Uzikoti has been hoping for. He can pull the probes though. You can lose a couple of these. It's fine. It's fine. He did enough damage on the opposite side of the map. Good micro by Uzikoti. Gosh darn, that is some good stuff. However, Adepts are a pretty good unit, turns out. Gonna go ahead and clean up the siege tanks. The Marines and the Viking are gonna do an incredible amount of damage. Only 16 workers left for light. Now 15. However, I think it is just a case of too big, too much, too Gosu for you. Even with the slow warping, he's going to end up holding it off. And I think Lights has successfully secured his victory in this game as Uzikoti is at 1 supply. Where is his last supply? Oh, there it is. There it is. His last supply is in production, so... Hey, now he has 2. He has twice it. He's doubling the supply he had like 10 seconds ago. Can I say the same? Absolutely not. Though, not sure why Uzikoti is still trying to get in this. I guess, you know, sometimes you dream a dream where you thought you can do anything. This is not that dream. GG is called, and Light is going to go ahead and take game number 1 from Uzikoti. Let's see. Oh, we got some people up in chat, except I just closed chat because I'm an idiot. I'm ready, Munch's Biscuit. Yep, buckle on in, folks. It's going to be a nice, good, decent bout of StarCraft 2 action. pretty sure the way this works is Uzikoti picks the next map, and that is what is going to be going on down. 18 viewers concurrently right now. Thank you to everyone who is tuning on. And one person on their mobile device. Whoever's on the mobile device, to you, I give you a thumbs up. Or whatever the Afrika equivalent is. Oh, Afrika has a thumbs up. What am I talking about? You can up stuff. I feel bad. I need to learn more stuff about Afrika. I really do. It would behoove me. Uzikoti wants to go on blue shift. So I'm gonna take a sip of my hot chocolate and wait for that to go ahead and be settled on out. It's actually a hot chocolate, you guys, I promise. My mom brought it up to me and she is just amazing. Mama Swagger, you guys, she's the best. No, I need some water. Whenever I drink or eat something, especially something sweet, if I don't rinse my mouth out with water, I will go crazy and like feel the bacteria multiplying in my mouth. Taking that sugar as fuel and just yeah, so I need some water. Basically. God, I love that woman. Alright. I'll BRB in a second, you guys. We'll be right back with Alpha X Pro Series. In like literally 0 time because we're not leaving in the first place. So, see you in a bit. Wait, Uzikoti says, did you have a pylon in my base? Well, it acted like a pylon. LaCroix, unofficial, not sponsor of Team Alpha X, because they are not one of those people. We take care of our sponsors. And I do not take care of LaCroix. I pound it down like something that takes a good pounding, you know? It's a rough life being a LaCroix in this household. Love me some sparkling water. Anyways, now that I'm done being an idiot, let's go ahead. Oh, that's right, all these handy dandy nifty tabs here. Ooh. Did I switch the scene yet? I'm pretty sure I did. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and introduce our players once again. Spawning the bottom left-hand position of Blue Shift. He is Alpha X's very own Light. Playing the Protoss race like a Southern boy plays a fiddle. Something like that. And in the top right-hand position of Blue Shift, spawning as a Blue Terran, representing Alpha X Esports, it is Uzikoti. Kind of like a blend between an Uzi and Cottage. An Uzi Cottage. Is that what it stands for? I'm pretty sure that's what he had in mind. Or maybe like Uzikoti, like Naruto Uzikoti, right? Uzumaki instead of Uzikoti. Is Uzikoti something different though? Maybe like Maki is something and Kati is something else. I don't know. This pro seems to be just as confused as I am, patrolling in a ring around the Rosie. And this is what I was talking about last game. You gotta go ahead and scout near the Terran's base. The map near the Terran's base. You gotta get out there. You gotta make sure you're not being trickety dude. Now, something like does have going for him, he doesn't see the second gas, and as a general rule of thumb, if there's no second gas for the Terran, there's not going to be a quick factory, there's not going to be a starport you have to worry about. Reaper's going to go ahead and jumping up and taking up this probe. I don't like that, it kind of gives away that there isn't a proxy, but, you know, free probe. A free probe is a free probe. So yeah, Uzikoti's going to enjoy a quick advantage here of having the slightly earlier CC ahead of that Nexus. Yeah, Zealot is out as well. I honestly think no, you shouldn't rally that across the map. You're not gonna do anything with that. It's way too late to try and do something with that. It is gonna be a Twilight Council coming out for our friend Light to follow this up. Now he knows he's been duped. He's resuming pro production. He got his Nexus. He's not making anything out of this gateway, and he's getting a Twilight. If you are getting all in by a Terran, the last thing you want is a Twilight Council. Trust me, Dark Templar do not come out very quickly, folks. They take a while. They take their sweet old time. Alright, now I'm gonna get to see how much vision this Nexus has, because I played a PvP where it had like a Stargate literally like right here, and I was like, oh my god, can he see it? Turns out he could see it, so yeah, it was a little bad. 2 Reapers actually gonna go ahead and get 2 probes and then jump out, the 2 of themselves, gonna go back. And yeah, where's that lazy stalker? There he is. There she blows. Alright. Average Afrika person, says Sashaman. We're all clones, we all have the same black hair. Hey, buddy. You got something against black hair? Saying it's not unique? Black hair is amazing, you guys. It like when I'm outside in winter and it's cold, I can just feel the colors of my hair just like an Italian boy slurps his spaghetti, you know, just right up that sunshine, heating up my head. He recalled this pro, by the way. I just know it. I'm that good, you know. Is there a proxy pylon out here? He's getting blink and 3 gateways. That generally indicates to me that he wants to go for blink. Ooh, has to be careful. Oh, if this Reaper locks on. Okay, you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? Okay, good. Let's get that out of the way. Going for that blink play. Now, you can take blink a couple of ways. You can go for offensive blink where, you know, you warp in a lot of stalkers and you go on the opposite side of the map and you force them to get a bunker, maybe a siege tank, and then you get charged in 2 forges on your side of the map, some sentries, blah 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 blah, macro schmacro. Or you can do the also blah 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 macro schmacro dacro part of this, where you just play defensive blink. You expect a drop, you just keep these stalkers at home. He's gonna lose another probe? Yeah, he's gonna lose another probe. 2 more workers going now. How many workers is that so far? 5 workers killed for Uzikoti this game, so not bad at all, guys. Not bad at all. Uzikoti is gonna go ahead and go for a bio play. I thought he might be going for mech. Such is not the case. It would have been fun on a bun. There has been this new recent resurgence of Terran mech against Protoss, and let me tell you guys, it is some scary stuff. Terrans are now starting to, or at least I've only seen one, no, I've only seen one person do this. What am I talking about? He's a guy from our own clan though, so, you know, you would expect beta from him, but apparently not. And wow, he's going super deep. Gotta be careful not to lose any stalkers. He's gonna, not lose any stalkers, good. I forgot who it was, but he's from our own clan. I think it's like Poo something. It's not a very non-vulgar name, but it's kind of like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, he goes for literally mass cyclones with that new upgrade where they deal double the damage to armored units, so 800 damage over 13 seconds, which turns out is a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage, so it's very powerful actually. That is not a fleet beacon, Spracker. Get your head in the game. And now that Uzikoti knows that there isn't any blink, Light is gonna go ahead and actually not lose any stalkers. It's gonna go ahead and get away scot-free. Good on you, mate. Still has a decent amount of stalkers though. Needs to take that 3rd base. It has been 6 minutes. Now, generally you can get that 3rd base at around 4:45-ish if, you know, if you're a Protoss. In PvT and PvZ, 3rd base timings are actually pretty similar, funnily enough. He's gonna go ahead and go for that Robo Bay and that double Robo facility. So this screams to me he wants to go for Colossus. I can't see him getting disruptors. Go ahead and mine some gas there, Light. Though with how his gas count is looking, he may just end up mining disruptors. Now, I've said this before, I say it again, guys. Stalkers do kind of suck by themselves. If you can, like, literally, if you had some zealots in here, I'd be a lot more. Like this army does not beat that army, even though the armor supply is not. Oh, actually, the armor supply isn't even close. What am I talking about? Attack and blink back. That's what your stalkers gotta do. There's no meat for these stalkers. They're gonna die with extreme prejudice. Yeah, maybe additional gateways would have been a nicer option. And yeah, Disruptor is just gonna act as a zoning tool for the Protoss more than anything. Yeah, you see. And that's 150, 150. You're not gonna get back anytime soon. Gonna go ahead and stem on forward again, and the Charger are gonna try and tank somewhat. The stems on the bio is actually really starting to add up, and he's not fighting with the tank, which is it's just like really a bore. Why even get a siege tank? Like, see all these stalkers? They would all be dead if that siege tank were firing. Guaranteed. More disruptors coming on out, just gonna buy time. And here, yeah, here's a problem with the new disruptors, I think. Terran, it's worse against Terran because stimming on top of them is just so good. Also, stalkers straightforwardly against bio. Never make this many stalkers against bio in your life. This is so painful. How many Stalkers has he lost already? He's lost 12 Stalkers for 19 Marines, 5 Marauders, and a Medevac. And that may sound like a fair trade until you realize that it's not. It's double the gas and a decent chunk more minerals for Light lost. And on top of it all, his third base is actually getting attacked by these Marauders. Probably going to be okay, however. Did one of these disruptors get a fat shot? Yeah, they're actually taking out the Widow Mine, so they're good for static stuff, but still not very good. This third is going to go down. This base is actually so low, I wouldn't be surprised if Uzikoti just sends up a follow-up group of bio to try and stim it down. And again, he's going for this double disruptor play. I personally am of the opinion it is not viable in this meta. It's just not strong enough against the Terran, you know? It's a lot easier for Terran to dodge the shots now. They can stim on, they have more offense. They can dodge the shots a lot easier, and they can stim on top of the disruptors a lot easier as well. Gonna go ahead and grab just some Widow Mines, maybe a Marine here or there. But imagine if all this disruptor tech was invested into maybe +1/+1, maybe charge, maybe some bio, you know? I don't know. Seems though his money could have been better spent. But he's playing the hand he's dealt. This is what he's got to deal with. They've taken out a gajillion Widow Mines, so that's something Light's got going for him. However, he's starting to get out macro, 53 to 47 total workers. This is not a winning position for Light. Some magic has to happen, and it has to happen fast. He's gonna do it? Yeah, he's gonna do it. Oh, wait, actually. A little bit of a mistake there. Needed to blink first and then send the disruptor shots out. Yeah. And again, when it gets to scrappy situations like this, Terran is king. Terran is the one who's going to be the most comfortable in these positions. Now, Light finally cleans up. Does he have charge? He starts it up. He starts it off, much to my happiness. And at home, there's literally nothing. Wow, Uzikoti. Some mistakes were made. That's okay, though. This group of fire can take out this many Stalkers, no problemo. Like I'm saying, folks, get them charge lots in PvT. Get them charge lots. Maybe get an Archon or two with a couple of Archives. Work out Storm. Anything other than mass Blink Stalker is good enough. Basically, if you open with Blink Stalkers, it goes to delay them long enough and to have enough map presence to where you can get up, charge, and defend from there. At least that's what I think. If you have a different opinion in chat, go ahead and let me know. Personally, that's how I like to play the PvT matchup. And it's gotten me far enough. This is the time to push in if you're trying to push. Okay, so disruptors are still great comeback units. They can still do great damage. Though, again, it's just look at this scrappiness of this. There's bunkers, there's liberators, the Marines are in a concave. Though that being said, there is something to be said for brute strength, right? I mean, his production just got started, it's Scotty's. Maybe he made too many workers, we don't know. He has to go ahead and lift on up now. Actually, he has vision of the high ground from where? Faithful, old reliable. Means the disruptor shots are now getting a little bit out of control. As a matter of fact, look how many kills these disruptors have. Long-term value units, I guess, in PvT. But still, look at this. It's getting so scrappy, and this group of bio is going to at least trade efficiently, but more Stalkers come on in. They're going to go ahead and try and trade out with the Disruptors, and they are going to get 2 for their troubles. But Uzikoti is just struggling to find an army for himself here. The Siege Tank is going to be a big help once again. He just needs to regroup, though. He has to realize Light is on 2 bases. This is what has to happen. He has to make the magic happen. So if Uzikoti plays a little more patiently, maybe he would have a much better chance in this game. I don't know. I'm not loving this play from Uzikoti so far. You know, game sense, man. Game sense. Let's see. He's floating a lot of minerals. Is there a warp prism here? No, he has to slowly warp them in, walk them in from across the map. The Walk of Shame, as it's known in the StarCraft 2 community. More disruption shots coming out. Completely whiffed. Do absolutely nothing. Blink that back. Didn't blink it back. Again, though, I think Light is just barely unable to kill Uzikoti. Uzikoti, he's mining way too much gas. If he had more minerals, maybe he could have had a bigger production of Marines during his production cycle. Who knows? Uzikoti's splits are doing okay-ish. Marauders getting taken down, Marines getting taken down. He's just trying to stim on top when he has these small groups of units. Trying to target the Disruptors, and really it's the Stalkers that are dealing the damage at this point. And I think Uzikoti may have just been broken. Again, it's so hard to kill a Terran, you can't really tell. But it doesn't look very positive for him. That's for sure. Gonna go ahead and start to deny mining from this base. I think that's a great idea. Really hinder the amount of workers that Uzikoti has to deal with. Now down to 25. This siege tank on the high ground is a blessing. Maybe he should keep it farther back, get a couple more siege tanks. This siege tank needs to move over here. At this point, this base is forfeit. Lift that up, move it into your main. Just chillax for a second. You know, you are in full-on defense mode right now as a Terran. Charge is finished, so that is good. Upgrade-wise, it is 1-1 against 0-0, so the charge dots actually are going to get melted surprisingly quickly. Very positional army for light. Again, if Uzikoti just takes the time to properly mass up, I don't think you'll be having too many problems here. The splits are nice, they're fine, I have nothing against them, he's doing a good job. He just doesn't have the actual physical units to back this up. Now, with these siege tank shots, it is going to go ahead and be a different story. Uzikoti forcing the recall, getting a couple of disruptors on his way. How many disruptors have died this game? Probably more, probably enough to make me make some sort of girly inhuman. Ah! 11 disruptors! Oh, mamma mia. Starting Colossus though, that's the cool part about disruptors. As soon as you're done with them, you can get Colossus, which is very fun. Now, the macro back home for light has been impeccable. Uzikoti a little bit greedy and trying to establish this base, is probably going to lose it. There it goes. Archie blows. And he's going to take another nice, juicy disruptor shot. There he goes. And I think Uzikoti has just been broken by Light, who is actually up on game this series. And I didn't mention that because I am a dingus. 3 tanks, though, are a very good thing for our Terran here. Can't really break him at the moment. Though, again, Uzikoti not in a winning position. Let's see the plan for Light so far. And right now, we're just gonna go for that super standard macro play from this on. He's not gonna be pushing it too much. He's gonna get his Colossi. He's gonna get a 4th base, and he's gonna slowly bleed Uzikoti dry. Look at this. Look how many minerals he has. He has 6 mineral patches in his natural, 4 in his main. He has like 600 minerals left in his main. That's it. 2 disruptor shots going on out, argument kill plus tanks. Uzikoti says that's enough for me. GG is called. And Light takes a quick 2-0 advantage over Uzikoti. Good job, Light. So guys, I promise, disruptors aren't horrible. They're just not the most amazingest unit, in my opinion. I mean, you can see for yourself. This is when he had disruptors and was defending with them. It was just beatdown after, it was just, you know, a consistent beatdown. But I don't know. It seems as though Uzikoti had some problems getting proper reinforcements out. I don't know. It just felt to me that, especially considering he had a huge macro advantage, this low loss of army value seems a little weird. It does seem a little weird to me. Maybe he got too many upgrades. I don't know. I'm not a Terran player, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and wait for Uzikoti to have his second counter map pick. Wonder which it's going to be. Probably gonna be some sort of weird, crazy. Stasis. Alright, well, we are going to play on Stasis. This is either the dream map for our friend Light to play on, or it's gonna be an absolute nightmare. Seeing how nope, not me. I ain't facing Light. I ain't GM on this server. And all of a sudden I got a craving for fried chicken. Wowzers. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and jump on into it, guys. 4 seconds left, 3 seconds, no, 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds, and there we go. By the way, did they ever release that, the countdown timer? Do you guys remember that? They just didn't mention it at all. In the Blizzard patch notes, because they were talking about, hey, we should have a countdown at the start of the game, but it still doesn't do a countdown. I'm pretty sure it's a little weird to me. I feel like it would more like formalize it. I don't know. I know that's kind of like a weird thing to think about, but to me, it just seems more. As far as playing StarCraft casting goes, if you had a 3, 2, 1, boom, it would be a little more. I don't know, immersive. Immersive is the right word here. Instead of just, you know. Wait. Okay, go! You know? I don't know. I thought it was a good idea. I don't know why I didn't get through the patch. I would love to hear Blizzard's decision on not pushing that through. I am very curious. Anyways, spawning the top left-hand position of Stasis. Representing Alpha X, it is our boy Light. Currently up 2-0 in this series, showing great game sense, great game awareness, great game knowledge. And his opponent spawning the top right hand position, also rocking that Alpha X logo. It is a blue Terran player, it is Uzikoti, whose aggression seems to not be working against our Resident Light player. But however, Stasis, yes, but however. Can I say but however? Two conjunctions back to back. Yeah, I think that works, right? Anyways, Light is gonna go ahead and open up with a double gateway over here. If nothing else, he didn't even scout into this house. It's not even a reaction. It's either he is 100% certain Uzikoti is gonna rush him, or he wants to do his own aggression. And I think he has some inclinations to do both. I think his mindset is, if he does rush me, I got double gateways. He's gonna look like a fool when I kill his face. And if he doesn't rush me, well, I got 2 gateways. Maybe I can chrono a zealot, move across the map, and try and cancel the CC, which is what I would have liked to see. I think knowing that you're not getting all in, maybe chronoing that zealot would have been a good idea. However, his supply doesn't allow for it, unfortunately. So a little bit of unfortunate mistiming for him there. I'm gonna get a paladin here as well. Maybe proxy Stargate. We'll see. Does he prioritize units? Gets units first. All right. Problem is are these adepts gonna get here by the time this CC is finishing? I think so. Yeah, he's definitely setting up for a Stargate. You can tell. You can tell by this crazy look in his eyes. It's gonna be a Stargate. Yeah, see? It's a Protoss thing. It's just, you know, just Protoss things. Adepts gonna start shading across the map. Again, I don't think that this can be stopped. I think this probe needs to go ahead and try and delay this a little bit more. Every second counts when delaying CCs, and I think that it's just barely gonna finish. Stasis, anyways. Moving on into it, really weird map is Stasis. Huge mains and naturals. Naturals are connected by a bridge that goes through a million destructible rocks. There's a Naga tower on that bridge is low ground. And really, it's a very cramped map. There's not a lot of space to do stuff except in your main, and natural, which doesn't really matter to you. And like I was saying, yeah, you see this CC literally finished like 2-3 seconds after these adepts got here. Very unfortunate timing, I would say. Very unfortunate timing. Cyclone is going to go ahead and get started on up. Meanwhile, third gateway is going to go ahead and be thrown on down. It looks like, though, it is going to be a 3-gate Stargate rush from the Protoss player. And actually, a little bit of miscontrol from Uzikoti. He lost 2 Marines? 2 Marines lost there. Actually, 4 probes lost on this map side of Light. As Reapers tend to kill stuff pretty easily when nothing is against them. And, oh, come on. Get it. Oh, get her done. Come on! Light! Oh, micro that probe, please. Thank you. Anyways, Adept still poking the front. Cyclone lock on means one Adept is definitely going to die if controlled properly. Well, that's unfortunate. One Oracle is done. The thing about Oracles, one Oracle can kill a Cyclone. With Marine support, it gets a little sketchy, of course. With 2 Oracles, however, those can like explode an Oracle, explode a Cyclone very quickly. And they also don't have a negligible amount of health. You know, it's 160 health. Which is, you know, that's something. It's like a flying stalker, but squishier, since they aren't armored units. They're light units. Right? I'm so certain Oracles are light units. And it looks as though he's going to go ahead and push on in with this with his second Oracle. Up, come on, move in. It's time to go. It's time to rock and roll with these Oracles. Don't wait for 3. 2 is enough, trust me. Right now he is so overextended, Uzikoti, that he can just get right on top of this. The lock-on is used up on these units, and Uzikoti loses all of his units, getting too eager, too aggressive. No reason to do that. The Reaper scouted, he saw there was, you know, nothing in the main or the natural. Or rather, nothing in the natural for Light. He knew he was going to have some serious aggression. I don't know. Very questionable choice coming up for Uzikoti, but props to Light. He's going to absolutely capitalize on it like no one has capitalized before. He's going to capitalize on it so hard, America just shed a tear in its capitalist glory. Another siege tank goes down. Oracles are good units when they have free reign over your base, as it turns out. He's going to go and shit on over it. The natural base is now under exposed position. If this Viking were a Banshee, I would say maybe there's some chance in a frigid, cold hell that's not part of our universe that Uzikoti can come back in this game. However, such is not life. Cyclone pops out, gonna go ahead and probably just die. He's gonna get an adept, but 1 Cyclone not worth 1 adept, as it turns out. Bunker is on the low ground, getting filled with Marines, so maybe he can hold on here. We'll have to see. He's getting over eager again, though. 3 oracles turns out can do a lot of damage when they have the mind to. Anyways, Viking pops on out. This should be enough to clean up the gateway units. I'm not sure why Light hasn't been warping on it. Yeah. Okay, so Light's macro has been horrible. He hasn't been warping on it nearly as much as he should. He's missed 2 warpins, guys. 2 warpins. He's missed probably like 2 warpins and another oracle, probably. Viking is out, so oracles can't kill Vikings yet. So unfortunately, that Viking will take out these oracles, but not before they absolutely just blow up the base of Terror. Literally, it's not even close, guys. This is slaughterfest. Uzikoti, I think, is just absorbing this slaughter right now. He's like, man, what did I do to deserve this? I should have done the eggnog shot with Spaghar or something, atone for my sins. Now, the oracles did end up going on down, but so did the entirety of the Terran's forces, so I think he's fine with that. Siege ain't gonna pop out. Not much is gonna happen there. Uzikoti, man, I love you. I know you're a good Terran player. I know you know when the writing's on the wall. GG is called. Light floating 1,000 minerals. The game ends, but it looks like that was gonna be enough. GG is called. And Light takes a quick 3-0 victory. Not victory, lead in this best of 9. Yeah, Light is just absolutely bullying Uzikoti. Look at Uzikoti desperately trying to micro his units. That's just like, yep, it's gonna turn these bad boys on. There we go. Where's my A key? There she blows. There we go. Oh, you got a feel for Uzikoti. I've never been on the. I have been on the. I have been on the receiving side of a good old-fashioned Protoss bollocking, so I can definitely empathize with him there. Guys, literally like yesterday, not yesterday, 2 days ago or something, when I last streamed, I'm sure if Xenodactyl and them are in chat, Droptimus I think was there too. I got literally cannon, like I had like 8 PvPs that stream session. 2 of them were macro games. And I use the word macro lightly because it was pretty much a 2-base timing attack that killed either one of us. But still, 6 of them were literally just me getting cannon rushed, or cannon rushed into Void Ray shield battery all in, or cannon rushed into double gateway zealot all in, or Nexus recalled into zealot probe all in. It's just, it takes a toll on you, you guys. I'm like exhausted. It was such a draining, it was such a draining stream for me. Whoever was in there with me in that stream knew, like, at the end of that stream, I was defeated. I was not into it at all. I was like, just slowly waiting for my death every PvP. Like, literally, I would take my probe, I would get my stuff, I'd patrol a tier, I'd catch the probe, and then I'd do something stupid, the probe would get free, and it'd, like, do a wall off with its pylons, and I'd be like, oh, OMG. Anyways, game number 4. Hopefully Uzikoti can make something happen to his opponent, spawning the top left-hand position of Kairos Junction. Representing Alpha X, it is Light. Hang on, are we called Alpha X or Alpha Extreme? Or like Alpha X Esports? Alpha X Esports, let me join the thing. It's just Alpha X, right? Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I hear a gaming team's name, aside from like big names like Cloud and Fnatic and Liquid and Roots, whenever I see like a community name, I always like add the word esports at the end of it. I don't know why. It's just something my brain does. For example, like I don't know, like Renegade like if a team is called Renegade, it'd be like, oh yes, Renegade Esports. If a team is called, let's see, we had a clan war against Dark. I'd say, we have a, it's gonna be Alpha X versus Dark Esports or Dark Gaming or something like that. I don't know. Some people like it, some people hate it. I'm pretty sure no one likes it and everyone hates it. So there we go. We'll stop. Spawning, bottom right-hand position of Kairos Junction. Representing the blue Terran player, my friend and yours, down 3 games in the series. He needs your energy, guys. If there's any time to use those juicy Afrika emotes, it's now. Give it up for Uzikoti. Because he's never going to give up trying to beat Light. Because that is his ninja way. Also, quick cool thing for you guys. If you guys remember that game where Uzikoti juked Light out with his barracks on the low ground, and I didn't know, compare the timings of the Nexus and the CC. You don't have to look at the time over here. You can really look. So, when I'll show you when this CC was. Hang on, we'll wait for a little bit. Look at the Protoss base. Look at Kairos Junction. What a pretty map. All those minerals, I think they are. Reaper's gonna scout the natural. Anyways, when this CC was right here, the Nexus was just getting started. So you can see it's like a good like 40, 50, maybe even a minute delay. Very valuable there. Good probe micro from Light. Trying not to lose anything. Lost mining time is not nearly as valuable as a lost probe, so this is okay-ish. Actually, not. I'm actually confused as to why this is happening. Generally, the adder pops out just as the Reaper is getting to your base if you chrono it. Maybe he had bad timing, which I'm pretty sure is just what happened there. How many probes did he lose? One worker. Pretty good considering the Reaper had a lot of free reign over his map for his base for that amount of time. Oh! Oop! The oldest trick in the book. Now there's two Reapers dancing in your mineral lines. Oh boy. Stalker pops on out. Gonna go ahead and take care of that Reaper. Still pretty good control from Light. And it's not like Uzikoti is like macroing his brains out right now. Reaper's not gonna go ahead and get away scot-free. Actually, no. One of them gets away not scot-free. Shit, what do we call not scot-free? Dennis-free? Yeah, it gets away Dennis-free. That's a dead end. Yep, that Reaper got away Dennis-free. And now he's gonna shade across the map because, you know, if your opponent makes two Reapers and they lose both of them, you know, you're pretty confident getting some scouting information with your adept. Anyways, it is gonna be a blink opening from our friend Light. Not gonna be a Stargate, he ain't no wuss. Big question of the day, is it going to be blink aggression? That was actually an excellent snipe by that pro adept. Is he gonna get another mule? Two mules going down, the Mule Slayer. That actually does affect Terran's macro a lot, actually. One mule is like, what, 350 minerals? Something like that. I remember hearing about how much it was. These Stalkers are not going to win, but they can maybe take down that really low SCP. No? Alright. That is the worst tank spot in the history of tank spots, maybe ever. Uzikoti, don't do it. Don't do this, man. You can't be this gung-go. Alright, well, luckily for him, it is going to be a defensive blink. He's not going to put a probe on the map with a pylon. He's not going to warp in stalkers on his side of the map, which I guess I can see. He's not, because, you know, this siege tank is kind of like, hey, stay out my turf, get up me mom's car, you know, whatever you want to call it. So, I can respect that. Gonna go ahead and throw down that Robo behind this. Personally, I'm more of a fan of the double forge and then Robo. Just to get those upgrades cranking out as soon as you can. Because you can see the Terran's 1-1. Or just his +1, I guess, is already on the way. So would have loved to see that. Those Chronoed Forges to really combat that from the Terran. Upgrade advantages against Terran are really important as Protoss. Thankfully, move the tank spot to a much better, much more conventional, much less crappier tank spot. Gonna go ahead and target down a couple of workers, maybe. Probably gonna get a free Marauder as he blinks out. Not what I had in mind, but okay. I was thinking he's gonna blink his Stalkers from here over this way, target fire the Marauder, and then walk away. But I guess this is acceptable too. Uzikoti is playing it pretty safe here, going up to 6 gateways, charge before taking that third base, which makes sense. Sometimes taking the third base off of 3 gateways, you just kind of dive to Terran pushes a bit often. So yeah, I can understand that. Light getting some stuff from his blink Stalkers again. I would love to see more blink Stalkers, buy some more time for charge, but I don't think Uzikoti is going to be moving across the map anytime soon. Another observation, Uzikoti is very Marauder heavy in his army. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Marauders. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is this a 7? Is this a, okay, 7, but 3 are popping out. So that's 1, 2. Okay, so it was 7 Marines to 8 Marauders. There's almost as many Marauders as there were Marines. Which actually isn't that good, because charge routes start to become a lot better when there's not Marines to blow them up, you know? Anyway, Stalkers on the top of this ramp. Again, a lot of Stalkers really suck. Stalkers really suck. So, I would love to see a warping of charge routes, or is just going to do the same mass Stalker Disruptor defense as he did before. That's also a possibility, which I guess is going to be explored. Pulling workers, not so sure about that. Making Stalkers, even less sure about that. And his charge is finishing up too. Look at this, especially against this many Marauders. Look how much damage. Just look at each one of these shots. Look how much damage that is doing. That is an insane amount of. No. Don't pull your workers. Not at all in. He's already lost enough workers, in my opinion. Okay, so the problem is this Disruptor that he needs to use it aggressively. He needs to like throw it out, and while the Terrans are retreating, blink on top of the army. That's how you need to use Disruptors. Because they're not. I assume disruptors are not going to. No, push up to. It's 3 marauders and a tank. I know stalkers suck, but come on, they don't suck that bad. They don't suck that bad. I promise. Anyways, the cavalry reinforcements have arrived. Not much reinforcements, if I'm being honest. Some pretty piss poor macro over here. And yeah, Light's just gonna go ahead and GG out. Alright, Uzikoti is gonna take his first game of the series. Good job, mate. Light just, I don't know, very inflexible this game. Just making a crap ton of stalkers, you know, not really capitalizing on his blinkins too much. I think his micro could have been a little bit better too. It was just a little bit of a nasty game. And he went up to 6 gateways too before that third, so I don't know. That was really weird. I feel like that was pretty jank coming out from Light. But that's okay. Such is life, you guys. Such is life. Everyone has their off games. I know I certainly have my games where I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? Like, why am I even playing this game? This horrible, stupid, worst game in the universe. I have those moments too, you guys. Alright. Not safe for Protoss? Yeah, that game was... You guys know there are 2 things that I hate in PvT. Stalkers and Immortals. And Disruptors, actually. Disruptors I also don't like very much in PvT either. So seeing that Stalker Disruptor play, again, in the previous meta, absolutely, Disruptors are great. In this meta, they're not amazing versus Terran. Definitely not I mean, basically get them as cheap tech. If you need tech at that moment, and you're like, my army needs tech, I have a Robo, I don't have a lot of money, then sure, throw down that Robo Bay, chrono out those Disruptors, maybe get a couple of them in your army, and you'll be okay. But again, the more of a comeback unit, the more of a spacing unit. Because you see, as soon as a Disruptor shot gets thrown on out by the Protoss, what is the Terran going to do? He has to like move command. He can't attack. He has to move command his positions away. Maybe split them up, and even still is going to lose a couple. The value of this... Listen very closely, guys. The value of the Disruptor does not come from the Disruptor shot itself, necessarily, but from the spacing it provides against Terran. In the PvT matchup, the value of the Disruptor is the spacing it provides against Terran. If you throw out a Disruptor shot, your units need to like blink forward, take down tanks, liberators, medevacs, whatever it is, because really quickly, medevac, let's say liberator here, bio under here, stalkers, disruptor. In your brain, right? Instead of stalkers just blink on top of this and dying, Disruption Nova goes out, aimed, you know, around this Liberator area toward that Bio. Bio has to move command away. Stalkers blink under the Disruptor. Bio can't move back because of the Disruption Nova. Liberator dies. Stalkers retreat. Everyone's happy. I think that's the ideal way to use Disruptors. 1 or 2 to space and to allow your units to pick off tech units from the Terran. I think that's when Disruptors really shine in PvT. But anyways, we have a game to cast. Spawning in the bottom lefty position of Automation, representing Sonic Cap Alpha X is our very own boy Light. And his opponent in the middle right position of Automation, spawning his Blue Terran Predator, also representing Alpha X, it is Uzikoti. Look at that bomb-ass logo. It's a dragon, it's got a curly tail, it's got that arrow tail, everyone's happy. It's a yellow dragon with a little black background. New colors for the team, yellow and black. Let's go ahead and see what this probe is up to. Really quickly, if you guys don't know, Sonic Aftermath did go through a little bit of drama recently. Pretty much, there was some disagreement in the upper management about how things should have been run. A little bit of a disconnect between upper management and all the officers and the casters and the graphic designers. So basically what's changed is pretty much nothing. The manager's left, but pretty much everyone moved over to this new team. It's pretty much just new team, new management, new name. It's not even a new team, it's just new name, new management, that's it. So Sonic Aftermath pretty much dissolved and transitioned into this new clan called Alpha X. We're pretty much the same clan guys, same guys running the scenes, same everything going on, I promise. Still gonna have good times, all the sponsors, all the events, everything is still there. So don't you guys worry. If you are not used to the Alpha X logo, it'll grow on you guys, I promise. We still have the little Sharky too, the most important of them all. The best emote in the whole gosh darn universe. We still got little Sharky, so life is still good. Anyways, building positioning from Light, I want to talk about. Not amazing. It could be a little better. This kind of chokes up you in the early game. I like to personally throw on my pylon here, gateway here, or either gateway here, cyber core there. But I can guess that that makes you a little bit more susceptible to drop play. But then again, you have to consider early Reaper play too. And if you're getting dropped over here, you know, going through your mineral line is not going to be as big of a deal as going through this choke point over here, right? So, I don't know. I don't like that building positioning too much, but again, not a big dealio. Now that the Stalker is out, Adept is free to scout on the opposite side of the base. Sashaman actually says, Colossus seems pretty good, and then Xeonduck's like, more just like new ownership. Yeah, pretty much just that. New ownership, new name, that's pretty much it. Uzikoti is switching it up this game though. He is gonna go for more mech resembling play. Now it's not gonna be mech, I don't think so. He's getting Cloak Banshee, he's getting Hellion, so it seems like a very PvZ build. However, I really do appreciate this build from Uzikoti. If your opponent doesn't open with Oracle, these Hellions can be an absolute goddamn nightmare to deal with. And look at this, no wall from the natural, so it only takes 3 Hellions to one-shot a probe. So as you can tell, probably going to be a lot of carnage coming out here sometime soon. And look at this. This building placement for Light really coming back to nip him in the bud. 6 workers already going on down. Stalkers are going to clean this up eventually. Though not without some grief. Probes are fighting for their lives, lining up a little bit. This Hellion getting the juicy fire shot. 6 workers becomes 10, and all of a sudden it's just that much worse for our Protoss friend. Cloak is finished on... Let me try again. Cloak is finishing on up as the Banshee moves across the map. So yeah. Again, what was I saying? Since Shaman was saying Colossus seems pretty good. Okay, to be honest, I still am not fully sold on Colossus. Just because they have turret... Literally the buff to Colossus was they can turret track. Which means they act like immortals, you know? Or like, you know how, you guys know how when immortals are walking away retreating from something, they keep their guns pointed at them, right? And they like kind of like move a little bit when they're walking. Or when they target. Their weapon is always facing the target, right? So that's what the change for Colossus is. They can stutter step a little bit better. That's pretty much it. Banshee gonna go straight after Shield Battery, a very wise choice indeed. Because he can't kill any probes. Recalled 1 observer and a couple of stalkers. Is Blink done? Blink is done. And now Uzikoti still has a nice worker advantage and is actually going to go ahead and push across the map with a decent amount of SCVs, the Banshee, some siege tanks. Have been seeing builds like this come out a little bit more on the ladder. Recently, I've been seeing stuff like Ravens. Like get a Raven or 2. Oh, good job moving that probe after detection range. Look at this. Zealots. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful, not horrible against Terran Zealots. Gotta corner that charge out. I think if he waits until charge, it may be a little bit of a mistake. No, it won't. There's not enough here to be really super scary. This probably, yeah. If he can jump on top of this before the second tank, or rather this third tank sets up, that can be ideal. And look at this. There's just enough units here to where Uzikoti's like, nah, can't really do much against that, now can I? Oh, 3 tanks too, also not in siege tank mode. Gonna bring on top of it is Light, an absolutely fantastic engagement, making up for all the horrible crap he's done this series so far. Gonna go ahead and run away for now. Banshees can hit Zealots. Zealots can't hit Banshees. Little one-sided if you ask me. Banshee's gonna go in the main base. Uzikoti, I mean, Light undoubtedly knows that this is gonna go on, so he's probably going to defend against it fairly well enough. Banshee's gonna go ahead and focus down the shield battery once again. Observer is gonna pop on out pretty quickly though, however, there's a weapon available, I'm pretty sure. There we go, 2 stalkers should be more than enough. So basically Banshee killed around 100 minerals worth of static defense before getting shooed away. This Banshee probably gonna have a bit more luck. The multi-prong is gonna be very powerful from the Terran player, but the single prong from the Protoss is just as good, if not even better. 3 stalkers are gonna try and take out the siege tank. I have some notes about how well they might turn out. Actually, 23 SCVs going down. A little bit of a mistake coming out for Uzikoti not retreating those SCVs earlier. Yeah, put those charges off, put them on the unit. No. Ooh, a little bit of a micro mess up here from our friend Light. I think at this point you run away, you did your damage. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell how much damage exactly he did. Like, he doesn't know that it's, you know, 26 SCVs killed to 13 probes. He just knows that he lost a good chunk of probes and that his opponent lost a good chunk of SCVs. So, he's probably a little bit unsure about his position in life right now. Oh, actually, the woo! Gosu! Good job, Light! I love you! Oh my gosh, I wonder, is that really what my voice sounds like? Probably. Let's see. Right now, what I would love to see from Light, he has 32 workers. He doesn't have, you know, that much gas, though I don't think he really needs it. Honestly, it would be a very natural transition to go to Swarm Toss from here. Go up to like 12 gateways, don't take your gases, throw down a forge, mine just enough gas to get your upgrades, and just make a bajillion charge lots. Because charge lots are so good, you guys, I promise. I'm personally more of a fan of Storm, but that's just how I like to play. And yeah, Uzikoti's gonna go ahead and move out across this map with a very pitiful Bioforce. Kinda makes me feel sad for it. It feels like I'd be like serving this Bioforce like chili on Sundays because it's homeless and I'm doing like a feeding or something. I don't know. It doesn't feel good. The siege tank goes down, having just gotten some shields on the Stalker. And Uzikoti's just gonna let his Terran instincts kick in, maybe try and do some drop shenanigans. I don't know, you guys. It's not gonna happen for me, I don't think. Now, Light can really mess this up. There's a lot of ways to mess this up. Like that. Like that, for example. Gonna go ahead and drop one down. Ooh, loses a medevac there. There wasn't nothing in that medevac, so it's a little painful there. Spyro's gonna go down. I don't see this from Uzikoti being particularly a successful game. Though it's not too far off. The supply is very close. The worker count off by 10, but you have mules, so how much can you really complain, right? Good positioning on automation can be worth $1 million. How many gates does he have up is a real question. And right now it's only 4. 4 gates can't really push that well when you're at the 10 minute mark. But when the game has been this scrappy, I would say that there is not too much that the Terran can do to contest that. He can't say, well, actually, you only have 4 gates, so I should be fine. No, it's just kind of like how much army do you have. And right now, this is a lot of army having for Light, and not a lot of army having for Uzikoti. Now again, Stalkers, sucking as they usually do, taking a horrible trade there, but the Zealot's gonna go and jump on in and do their absolute best. They're fighting against SCVs, which is always what you want your Zealots to be doing. Fight those SCVs, get on top. As long as the Zealots are on top of something, you are a happy Protoss, I promise you. One small caveat being maybe Banelings, but it's okay, it's not the worst thing ever. Anyways, the entire army goes down, but he does trade it out against Uzikoti's army and gets a decent amount of SCVs to boot. What I don't agree with is this Robo Bay. This Robo Bay slows the game down immensely. I think, sorry. I thought it was gonna go like double Robo Facility Robo Bay, and I was like, no, please no. But it looks like though it is just gonna be a little bit of a backup emergency attack. Like right here, I would say that, you know, disruptors would be a good idea, you know. He's getting a lot of units, but if just in case he needs that little bit of extra tech to be able to finish the Terran off, he can definitely go ahead and do that. 6 Stalkers warping on in 6, 7, 8, 9. Going up to 9 gateways total is Light. He's gonna go ahead and come in for round number 2. He's been able to get more army in this time than Uzikoti has. Partially due to his superior economy, partially due to the fact that actually, it's pretty much just due to the superior economy. Now, Zealots are getting an okay trade. As long as all of them are attacking, you're okay. 4 SCVs go down. No more meat left in this army, so now the Stalker's got a skedaddle. That's when they go from Stalkers to Skedaddlers. Skedaddlelockers. Skallockers? Yeah, Skallockers. Zealots are so tanky. They don't have as much health as a Stalker. But, wait, do Zealots have 2 base armor or 1? I'm pretty sure they just have 1 base armor. They just don't take extra damage from Marauders is the important part. That's what really matters. Marauders, tanks, doesn't phase them at all. They're just like, meh, okay dude, whatever. Stalkers trying to take down some of these units here. Are gonna go and succeed. Big Warpin gonna come in from Light. Wow, that is a nice juicy Warpin to finish stuff off. Again, one criticism I do have of Light, look at this amount of minerals he's loading. When he is focusing on his macro, he tends to neglect his macro a lot. And really it just comes down to being able to know when you can look away. Like right now, look away, throw down some pylons, get some more gases, throw down double forges, and you're back and nothing happened, right? Like right now, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's just chilling, I guess. But anyways, it is going to be it for Uzikoti. GG's called him. Light goes on match point. Nope, very wrong. Light goes on game point against Uzikoti. One more game, and he is here. Lol, Xenodactyl says, LOL, Swag just went from commentator to fangirl on a dime. I can fangirl really hard, you guys. Don't think I can't. Sashaman. Pretty much heard a lot of pronunciations of my neck, but this one is new. What, Sashaman? That's what it says. It says Sash Amon. S-A-S-H-A-M-O-N. S-A-S-H Sash A-M-O-N. Sash Amon. Amon as in the antagonist from StarCraft 2. So who are you to talk, buddy? Trying to destroy the universe? I see you. I see you, Amon. I see you. Sash Amon, quote unquote. Oh. Sashaman says there's been no upgrades that entire game. Yeah, that was a little bit... again, Light has the tendency to overlook a couple of important things when he's really dedicated to his micro, when he's really pushing his opponent. We saw it in a couple games so far. In the Stasis game, he just wasn't warping in. He was on one base. He had 1,000 minerals. That ain't good. And just now, the recent game, the game number 5 on automation, we saw him, you know, kind of float a lot of minerals again. He could have gotten a lot more things a lot earlier. I don't know, just because you gotta have that quick, speedy thing if you're Protoss. Or if you're really any race in StarCraft, really. I can, actually, let's go ahead and introduce our players first. Spawning in the top right-hand position of Cerulean Fall, representing Alpha X, it is our very own Light, now on game point, ready to win his share of more than 50 smackaroos. And his opponent in the bottom left-hand position of Cerulean Fall, spawning as the blue Terran player, representing Alpha X, needs to win the next 4 games in a row. Is it impossible? Yes, it is. Give it up for my friend and yours, Uzikoti. What? I'm not saying that it's, you know, impossible. I'm just saying, like, it's impossible, right? Like, yeah, it's impossible. Like that kind of impossible, not like the sun is going to turn into the moon in the next 7 seconds, and then everyone's gonna eat it because the moon is actually cheese. That's impossible. I'm talking about that's impossible. Right. Anyways, on a match point, Light decides to macro on up, as you can see. Pretty standard stuff here coming out for Light. No chrono on this Nexus actually. That's a little weird. You can chrono that Nexus. That's okay. It's what I do. Nexus is actually going to be a little bit late, actually, right? Because you're supposed to send this... Actually, no, he sent it down at 300, so never mind. I forgot he queued up another worker. Alright. Scouts it out. Both players content to play macro, which my mind is, like, falling out the side of my brain right now, so... Who knows what life is, you guys? Let's go ahead and see that. Cybercore. Come on, Cybercore. Oh, Cybercore! Oh, a little bit late on the Cybercore. That's okay, though. But yeah, going back to what, Sashaman said, no, who said that? Xeno. I just went from commentator to fangirl on a dime. Guys, I can fangirl super hard sometimes. I've never been able to, but I've done it on stream before, or when I'm like watching my favorite player play. Like, for example, my favorite player in the whole wide world is That's kind of a tough one. Stats has been doing extremely well, but as far as long-term, just like sentimental favorite, I'd have to say that it's Root Hero. It's definitely Root Hero. I love Hero, man. He was like my first love in StarCraft 2. I remember, here's what got me hooked on Hero. If you guys, I don't know if you guys remember IEM San Jose, but it was like one of the best IEMs I've ever seen. I'm not going to spoil it on here, but it was such a great series from both players. Both players just, it was Hero versus Rain, I think. Hero versus Rain. Both players just played so accidentally well, man. I just couldn't handle it, and I gained a huge amount of respect for both of them. Very, very good series. And it's gonna go ahead and finish on its shade. Reaper should be heading in the opposite direction. He knows that there's only one adept on the map, and in the earliest phases of the map, until Warp Gate is done, Protoss makes units one at a time. So at most it's like what, a Stalker? 2 Reapers can deal with a Stalker. And this adept is gonna die because a little indecisiveness targeting, gonna go and trade itself out for an SCV. A little bit of targeting, a little bit of lost mule time, that's okay. Did she scout the main? No, she didn't scout the main. A little unfortunate there. Because he would have known that Blink and additional, or rather, Siege Tank and additional barracks are on the way, so it's going to be a very, very dedicated bio tank push, but it's really good against this. So if you're getting Blink, it's not impossible to hold off. You just got to make sure you play aggressively with your Blink. You get a pylon, you blink a couple times, you see the tank, you see that there's a lot of bio, a little bit maybe more than there should be. And at that point, you slow them down a lot with your blinks, you force them to siege up a lot, it's a long map. By the time they get over to your side, you've gotten +1 armor done, you've gotten charge, you've gotten 8 gates, and you're gonna smash their attack. Smash it like I don't smash. I'll stop lying, never mind. Anyways, 3 stalkers moving across the map. Undaunted says, Amon did nothing wrong. Wow, how do you ban someone in a Freaka chat? I have no idea. Universe is too big, my Hoover cannot clear all the asteroid belts. You guys in that Freaka chat are just lovely, aren't you? Anyways, oh, did you guys see that? The thing was just it went to attack the stalkers. It turned its head like, bitch, what you say? You move inside this little arrowed line, mother trucker. I duck you up, stalkers. I duck you up real good. I duck go you up. Oh shit, what was that? I don't know. In in No Regrets vlog, he talked about something like Duck Galby. Yeah. You think this is a game, Duck Galby? I don't know why I'm mentioning this now. I don't know. This is weird. This is new for me. Gonna go ahead and get some units first, stalkers, because this is what you do with Blink. In exchange for Blink, you get a couple of Terran units. That's how life is. Anyways, lots of Marauders coming out over here. Again, without high ground vision, Blink Stalkers aggressively and Cerulean Falls struggles a little bit. But you can still definitely do it, as you can see there. Uzikoti getting a nice ball of bio up, getting a lot of bio units out. This is going to be a very strong push coming out very soon here from Uzikoti, sir. Or maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. Let's see. I'm definitely not a Terran player, so I would love to have my analysis of this build be a little bit more complete. But all I can really say for sure right now is that Uzikoti is getting a lot of bio, and he's just kind of sitting back at home with it, trying to mess up, trying to just chill, relax, you know. Which I think, you know, if you're getting this much bio, maybe move out a little bit earlier. So that the Protoss, you know, if you're going for a lot of bio really early instead of like 1-1 and then bio, you know, your medevacs are going to be really late, so, you know, might as well move out. I guess you can want to mass up too. You want to mass up and then move out as like one whole unit as Terran in this kind of, you know, 2-game pushes, or other 2-base pushes. 44 workers to 55, but again, it seems as though it's, again, Light's going to be having a very decently sized armor by the time this gets here, so it feels a little strange to me. A little strange. Disruptor shot goes out. Oh my goodness gracious me! Disruptor gets a couple of lucky shots. Gets a lucky shot there. 4 units end up going down. Uzikoti definitely has corrected Da Vinci Code. I feel he's definitely focusing a lot more on these charge slots. He's getting a lot more of them. See, look, like if this were old Light, these would have been stalkers, and I would have been like, Light, you put the Raza, Dazamaza. That ain't done nothing. Alright. Light playing very patiently now. Just gonna sit back. He's not gonna get broken anytime soon by this Terran. I can guarantee you. Not a lot of energy in these medevacs either. He's gonna go for Widowmine drop in the main base. So we'll have to see a couple of Marines coupled with that too, just to be annoying. Oh, he actually does see that Light is going for a big surround, and here we go. Potentially the last big engagement of this series. That's gonna go ahead and jump on forward. The charge shots are gonna go ahead and charge on forward as they do. There's a lot of Marauders here and they're not going to fare too well against these charge shots. Forced to retreat is Uzikoti. He's going to lose a couple of units on the backswing. But Widowmines do burrow. The targeting is good. The manual targeting of the Widowmines does take out 4 workers. Going to go ahead and pick these bad boys back up is Uzikoti. Probably should just be... Why aren't you? Oh, that's why, because you're dying on that side of the map. I guess that makes sense. Well, moving over to that side of the... Just where are you going? I have no idea. let's just say it's going to Narnia. Third base goes down for Uzikoti. It's not looking good, you guys. 3 disruptors, a lot of charge dots, a lot of, well, a good amount of charge dots, a lot of stalkers. No War Prism is going to be the saving grace here for Uzikoti, but man, oh man, is it not looking good. Hello? Hello? Uzikoti? Disruptor Novas going on out are going to go ahead and take out a lot of units here. Setsubis, Bio going on down. No War Prism again, but still, when you double the armor supply of your turn opponent, sometimes you can just kind of... That's a crack open like an egg sound. Though, this is one tough-ass egg. Let me count here. This is like the hardest egg you've ever seen in your gosh darn life. No high ground vision for light means no attacking that siege tank. But still, Disruptor Novas are going to be amazing. Uzikoti can't split it all. He says it's too much. GG is called, and Light is victorious. Winning 5 games to 1. Man, that was very one-sided, I feel. That was a one-sided boppening for the ages. I felt bad. I mean, like, I felt bad watching that for Uzikoti. Man, what a poor guy. Poor kid. However, Light's an excellent player. I feel as though Uzikoti can benefit from... I don't know. Just look at his build. Look at your builds and see what you're hitting when and what your Protoss has at that time. It just seemed as though whenever he moved out, Light just had a lot of stuff to defend against it. So yeah, that was how I felt against it. Light is gonna win his share of more than $50, so congratulations to our friend Light. Thank you to everyone for tuning on in, for making this cast possible. I won't take up too much of your time, so let me be the first to say thank you for joining us. The transition from Sonic Aftermath to Alpha X is going very smoothly so far, and it's partially thanks to you guys. So thank you so much for staying with us. And yeah, my name is Swagger. I've been your host for this here StarCraft session, and I hope you did enjoy my casting. If you did, please consider upping this stream. Go ahead and favorite it as well. Maybe put a little star balloon on it. However this stuff works, maybe sticker it, showcase the showcase honeypot thing. I don't know how a freaker works, but you know, you guys know better than me. Do all the good stuff, and yeah, thank you for tuning on in. Join us next Sunday. We do this every week, and it's always a blast. So, if you just can't get enough StarCraft 2, be sure to tune on in. Follow us so you never miss an event, and I'll see you guys later. Mwah.